Apex, the peak of South African motoring.
Love driving a bakkie. Yes or no?
It depends on where.
Okay.
Because going on a gravel road, like for example you go to the Tankwa Karoo, I mean, I will be happy driving this car,
It's
the Ranger Raptor, on it. And I mean, I know that you've been on that route, and I mean it's a great road. I mean, a long stretch of gravel. I mean, if you go to the farms there, I mean, it's not necessarily like you're 4x4ing to the farm, but there's a lot of ditches and all of that. And I think the Ranger Raptor is like perfect for doing that.
Listen, the handling on those gravel roads were sublime.
Exactly.
Like literally, it felt like you were driving tar.
Yeah.
It was really like class leading, I'd say. Because I've done similar roads in competing brands, and sure, it's still capable. Like nobody's going to make a really bad bakkie that can't handle the gravel roads, but this just sits. And look, it's only 17-inch wheels on it, but it's those like a thick tires.
Yeah, like fat all-terrain tires.
Exactly.
I mean, the Fox suspension setup definitely.
And how cool does that look as well?
I mean, that contributes so much to the ride quality. I mean, even on road, the ride quality isn't bad at all. But that's where I will drive a bakkie. And I mean, I know that we are not there. I mean, getting to the Tankwa Karoo from here is about, what, 3 hours?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
3.5 hours drive. So, I mean, where we are now isn't where I would necessarily drive a bakkie.
No.
In town, on tar roads. I mean, yes, you are going to have to drive on tarmac to get to the, like, to go off the beaten path. And for me, it's just like, I mean, if you are going, I mean, get a bakkie by all means. If you're going on vacation, on long distance trips, you need a lot of packing space. I mean, you have the loading bay, all of that. I mean, it completely makes sense. It's practical, yes. And I mean, this, okay, I mean, if you want it for fun, take this to the dunes. Like, it's lovely. It is so capable there and so much fun. But where I usually drive in town, it's nerve-wracking.
Look, I'm a big advocate for big cars, but look, I get your panic there and your stress there, and especially in Cape Town, like parking is not ideal. But you're not gonna buy this, and the first thing you're gonna think is like, where am I gonna park it? So that's gonna be the least of your worries, I promise you. My first worry comes in that this car is 50k under $1 million. That is a concern for me, because that's a lot of money for a bakkie.
It is a lot of money for a bakkie, but I think the thing is, you have to okay, I mean, and bakkies have become very expensive as well, but it's because it's basically kitted out like an SUV, more or less.
Exactly, and that's why people are using them as leisure vehicles, as daily drivers.
Yeah, no,
you don't have a choice. You can't have two 1 million rand cars standing in your driveway, so you kind of have to bite the bullet and go like, cool,
you have to have like
drive a big bakkie in town, but I'm rather going to keep this as a daily, other than getting a tiny little kariki just to drive around with, and then on weekends only you dust off the bakkie and off you go. So I get why people.
I understand your
And this specific one, look, as soon as I sit inside the car, then I'm not stressed out about the decals outside
I love
anymore.
the analog dials in this Ranger. It looks so good.
So cool. And at night time it looks even better. With those needles, like that red trimming. I love it. And talking about the red trimming, like I love the stitching on the dash. I love the soft touch. The vents just look pretty badass, and it's like, it's so basic, but it looks like, whoa. It almost looks like those vents that you normally get on your hood when you get around your dash. So that's how I see it. It's got very nice trimmings. Everything is tidy. One of my absolute favorite things is the fact that the passenger can also lock and unlock on the inside. Because nothing's worse. You climb out somewhere sketchy, especially if you're going to go drive this somewhere in the bush. Whoever is driving gets out the car, and now the passenger has to lean over and go lock and unlock. And so this I love. This is something small, but there's so many cars that don't do this. Or they just have the option to lock and not unlock. So that I love. I love that everything is very user friendly in this car. So I find the infotainment system pretty basic.
No, it's pretty straightforward.
But it's got like that cool Ford Connect app, and then you can, like I said, like you can check lacquer things on your bakkie. You can even switch your car on with your phone. So there's lacquer things there. The air conditioning, climate control, it's got dual climate control. I like it. It's
I think it's well kitted out, and I mean it is more expensive because if you go and look at how this car is built, like
it's built
the
tough,
platform, I mean the platform of it, the suspension setup, I mean everything is basically like built for purpose. And I mean that's what it is, and that's what it should be. So I mean off-road it's a lovely car. I mean in the sand dunes it's so much fun. I mean even on road the ride quality isn't bad, and this almost feels like a last ride because the new Ranger and Ranger Raptor will, I mean, soon be arriving here, and I'm looking forward to seeing what those two have to offer. And I mean I think both are going to be great bakkies. I think they are going to build on this, and I mean if the Raptor comes here with that petrol V6, here's hoping.
Lots of hoping.
It would be
because that's what
great.
This was lacking. Like sure, it's got the 2 litre bi-turbo 4-cylinder. It is hell of a capable, but if you just had that little bit of V6 fun in here,
and that sound, the sound of the new model, it sounds lovely.
So careful. But so that was something that I could have changed. Space is great. Even when you push all the way back on the front seats, there's still enough leg room in the back for the passengers. Cool thing is obviously the USB is there. USB up here for like your GoPro or your dash cam, right behind the rear view mirror.
We can charge the GoPro if it goes flat now.
I can, but I came prepared. Okay, so and it's
like
got
always.
like 12 volts. So it's got 3 12 volts kind of sockets, but then it's got that other one. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks like that shaver charger, and you can get like a fitting on there, and then you've got a 3-point plug in your car. So it is definitely aimed at, I think, people that like going camping and they want to be
adventuring and all of that. So
like my biggest camping is like in my backyard. Like my golden rule of going away is I never go anywhere unless it's as nice as my house or nicer. Because why do you go away? You want like the privilege of living lacquer. Like why do you want to know? Then I'd rather stay home. Netflix, chill. I want more for camping.
I haven't gone camping in quite some time. But I mean it's nice going like out to like rustic places, and I know you probably didn't expect me saying this, but I do like going to like places that's really like, for example, if you're going like small villages and living in forests and all of that. I mean that's really fun. You are the person that loves a hatchback and that loves a smaller car, and you are this adventurer at heart. You know, I just love discovering new things, and I mean at the end of the day this might just be the perfect bakkie for discovering things. So maybe we should go and discover some of Cape Town, go like bundu bashing a bit, if you keep in the urban jungle, but you are going to have to do the parking.
Apex, the peak of South African motoring.